It's the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I do deeply apologize for the late start here today. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Pizza Racing TV. As we are just about ready to get on the show. For the record, we did have one stream up. We had to delete it, so I apologize if you did share that one around. This is the season championship, though, for Bella Metal Racing League, as we are joining you guys live at Michigan International Speedway for the 6th segment of Sim Racing 80 and the season championship race here on the show. Hi, everyone. I am the Crusader, Chris Schreiber. We'll have Michael Bollinger with me in just a second here as we get ready for our starting lineup on the pole. In the 98, it'll be Sean Long with the outside. The number 486, it's Dalton McKinney. Row number 2 in the 20, it'll be Jeff Oaks, the outside. The number 27, it is Corey Reed. Row number 3, Bobby Anderson. Pilot the 18, the outside. Out of 90, it is Dennis Warnes. Row number 4 is going to be Robert Warnes, 95, the outside. And the 66 is Corey Stahl. Row number 5 is the 21 on the route snake, Robert Kahn with the outside. In the 7, Jeffrey Vickery. Row number 6 is Mike Ryder on the 96, the outside. In the 99, it is Wally Babb. Row number 7 is going to be the number 3, Jason Henry. The outside. And the 51 is Jeff Radke. Row 8, the 84, Matthew Hawk for the outside. And the 15 is Jordan Darnell. Row number 9 in the 55, Jason Brand the outside. And the 77 is Stephen Ford. Row number 10 is Hunter Hansen. And the 13 the outside. The 5 is Chantel Throttle. The 12 is Shane Ledoux. Race fans, welcome to the show. Michael, you want to take this one? Have at it, my friend.
Indeed, indeed. As these drivers are getting ready to get into the pedal to the metal restart zone, we go racing for the last time here in Season 9.
Let the show begin. Let the chaos constrain. Let's set it down and send him off the track out of the gate. It will be an early lead for Sean Long as he will send our field down through turn 1 and 2.
But don't be counting out Dalton McKinney or the 20 of Jeffrey Oaks either, as they are trying to start and battling for the lead. As right now, Dalton McKinney is trying to make this a battle right now for the lead.
Lying it back down, Jeff Oaks right now, currently the very odd man out of this championship hunt. He has a possible chance, if everything could go right and the stars align, he could possibly walk away finally with a championship he's been so rightfully after. But that will come at a price. That will come at the cost of having to try to figure out all the speed and all the adrenaline that he needs to try to make the best of his situation. That could be a lot more difficult than said and done, especially considering that he's going to have to try to not only knock down Radke, but he's got to knock down Babb, and he's also got to knock down Robert Warnes. This championship is up for grabs in the most hard racing, momentous occasion they could be, Michael.
Indeed, indeed. As right now we have Jeffrey Oaks trying to get in the lead, as he did push Dalton McKinney to the lead right a little bit ago, as he's just trying to ride with Dalton McKinney and make his move whenever he can. But we also now have a new contender for the lead in the 27 of Corey Reed. Speaking of lead, we have Dalton McKinney trying to hold off Jeffrey Oaks, but that might not be enough as Jeffrey Oaks is trying to take the lead right now.
Oaks trying to get the run on the inside, using the 98 as a little bit of help from the background side. I believe lap 25 will be the stage break here. It's either that or lap 30. I did not have enough time to get everything figured out on that. I do apologize in advance. I know it's not usually our MO, but unfortunately, that's one thing I cannot stand. It's technology and the internet, and unfortunately, I have to work with both of them quite a bit.
As it does look like Jeffrey Oaks did take the lead. But Dalton McKinney's still trying to fight back for the lead with the help of the 98 of Sean Moss.
Cross them over, down for turn number 4, Michael, and Oaks right out of the gate, going to have to run it up the outside extremely wide there. Going to have now a little help from Corey Reed and the 27 drafting partners now being put to good use. McKinney trying to stabilize down. Anderson trying to get himself for sure a top 5 finale position. Remember, top 5 at the end of the season come away with something to their name, whether it's some cold card cash or it's a prize for one of our awesome and amazing sponsors. This has been an incredible season so far, just from everything we put together, everything that's been set. We've had 9 different winners out of 11 different races, a season record-breaking stat, and a absolutely crazy stat to believe when you consider how tough this competition season has been.
Indeed, indeed. As right now, we do have Corey Reed and now Jeffrey Oaks still trying to battle for the lead. Corey Reed wanted to give himself an invite to the party, and he indeed did get an invite to the party for a lead attempt.
Robert Warren's right now looking on the man that is only 3 spots away from being ahead of him from taking the championship home from. He has not had the worst season in terms of where his past performances has been, but he has certainly had the worst in terms of luck. Ratke has been kind of playing the middle ground, which has helped him get as far as he had. And Corey Reed, another one of those guys, searching so far and wide for that elusive race win. Now puts the boots and puts the fight up as Jeff Oaks currently having to back off while the GainZFitness.inc moves the chains.
And now we're having a 3-man battle for the lead of Oaks, Reed, and the 46 of Dalton McKinney, all trying to battle out for the lead.
Such a
Yet
view,
again.
such a view here indeed, Michael, as well. You look up from the top of our skyline, the view that is absolutely tremendous. Drafting here, such a major factor and such a major drive-off. But again, we talk about this with the tire wear and the fuel run. That will be where the strategists really pinpoint the men from the boys and the girls from the women. That's what's going to be really the toughest thing to figure out, as Oaks and McKinney nearly crossing each other over down to turn number 2. McKinney and the McDingers 46 trying to play spoiler one more time.
We also don't even count out any of these other drivers either, because who knows? Well, these other drivers could have a shot at winning this and adding their names to a 9 winners list. That wouldn't help the championship chances if we have a different winner here today.
Well, it certainly may not indeed, but nevertheless, with this many competitors, this much of a drive off here, so much at stake and so much on the line. I just know in the back of these drivers' minds, they know they cannot give up too much and they can't lose out on anything else here. Only one multi-time winner this season, and last season was Robert Kahn. This time it's Jeff Radke, the 51, 3 wins this season, looking for the final one and hoping, just maybe, he could possibly claim the elusive season championship, a title that's only been held by so many drivers in this league and events. But as of late, it seems as though the veterans have been shined down and shined up by some new talent and fresh blood coming into this league.
We'll be finding out shortly. There's still a whole lot of racing left. Don't go anywhere.
Jason Henry put a comment in our broadcast saying, one final ride for the Valvoline Chevy before a new sponsor comes aboard. Well, Henry, I mean, that Valvoline 3 has definitely been a sweet-looking ride from the get-go, but it will be sad to see it be retired after this one. But nevertheless, it was a good run and a good ride with it.
All right, now we just have Corey Reed holding off Dalton McKinney right now still. He's trying everything, low, high, but Reed sees it coming and he blocks it.
Well, he didn't block that.
Reed in trouble, but we still stay great.
There's leaders. Leaders down off the back straightaway. Radke has wrecked out on the back stretch. The hick and the run. A caution is out.
We need to go take a look at that again on the blimp cam, I think, to break down what happened.
Jeff Radke's season championship stakes is all but just completely smashed in. He's got to get an instant repair immediately, get that truck to the pit road, but what on earth happened here? We're going to the replay to find out. Every driver currently just trying to get out of this mess finds themselves trapped in it. Here's a replay presented by the ButtKicker.
What it looks like started it was McKinney and Reed getting loose and both of them hitting the wall. That's what started the chaos ensuing of people checking up, and that's what started the chaos. That's what it looked like all happened.
Well, from my angle, it looks like McKinney and Reed, when they got on the wall, it looks like maybe Jeffrey Oaks had actually came up a little bit and actually clipped up the number 7, which we did see the 7 of Vickery get right into the rest of the field. So, taking one last look at this, there's a 3 wide right here. Oaks on the bottom, both drivers there. Oaks does drive up a little bit though and claims the 7, so we're going to take one last look at it though, just to be safe, because this is a very crucial run here and a very big moment.
Why don't we go right along with maybe one of these drivers too, if we have the time?
No, I think it's pretty clear there that 20 was the one that started it all there, so he will be the one that takes the EOL here, unfortunately, and we'll see more of that here in just a minute, race fans. We'll be right back. We got to cut to a quick commercial message.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
For a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. Well, I started trying low for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at FEG-PC.net.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz to get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
Alright, now ladies and gentlemen, back here live on the show after our first caution today. Jeff Oaks starting to rally up the field a little bit. Came off turn number 2 there, unfortunately clipping in between the 7 of Vickery and Bobby Harrison, the 18. Drove up a little bit and clobbered both of them as that 3 wide sloop came down to the line. Oaks will have to now travel from the back to get to the front again. Radke taking an instant repair, and everybody else getting a lot of damage on themselves immediately there, Michael.
Indeed, indeed. And tough break for Radke indeed, since he did have to use his fast repair early, because he could more than likely be caught up in another wreck again, which could end his championship chances. As we have the pace car going back into pit lane, these drivers are making their way back to the restart zone, pedal to the middle restart zone. As they make it back to the gates we go yet again. We are back underway at Michigan Speedway. As we have a new leader right out of the gate in the 90 of Robert Warren. 95 of Robert Warren.
Driving back around the track here, so far so good here for Robert Warren's immediately taking right where he needs to, and if he finishes where he's at this moment, he will be crowned the season champion no matter what Walibab does. He is going to be pretty much deadlocked in terms of the points with him. Radke needs to start moving the chains up quick. Oh, he'll move chains up, but there's chaos ensuing as well. Another caution out. Dalton McKinney in the 46 clobbered out turn 1.
And these drivers getting aggressive for points and standings. Since this is the final race of the season, these drivers are trying to get points to finish up the top 5 and try to go for this championship if they are eligible.
Take a look at the replay here and see if we can get a good idea what happened, and that's kind of obvious to me right there. That 51 of Radke ended up clipping the 46 right on around. Again, I know Radke can't be too happy about that situation there, but this is not the way to do it. He's got to be careful about playing that kind of maneuver and playing that kind of a move. The officials are watching every single spot of this. They will not let this tolerator be happening like that. They've got to race it to a fair race. And here's what happened again. He's pushing the draft on the 46 really well, but you can see McKinney, he's getting pushed up, and as soon as he caught that rear end there, boom, there he goes, and it's a wrong ride for McKinney. And that was, go ahead.
Back on the caution we go still. As we are continuing caution laps, we're going to get these drivers reset and get ready to go back down.
Dustin Sloanaker on the comment section saying problems. Yeah, there's problems again down there.
I know eventually tires are going to come into a factor pretty soon. Oh, pit strategy would also be a factor tonight too for a lot of these championship drivers too.
It certainly will be indeed here, but nevertheless, it will be a wild little scenario and a wild little spot for everyone to have to try to kick up and try to run around here. So currently, everybody just trying to catch their breath, trying to catch themselves in the track here. I think a lot of them too also probably just trying to make sure that they watch themselves and watch everything that comes down to their playing field, to their race today.
Well, it's going to be a big race no matter what. As we still are into caution, as these drivers are just not getting back to the back straight yet again. We should begin to our stage break, hopefully here pretty shortly.
Shortly indeed here, and of course, that stage break could make the difference for some of these drivers, could make the difference for a lot of guys and gals to kind of give a last-minute resort, last-minute chance here. Warren's obviously very crucial on staying right where he's at. Corey Reed, though, I guarantee if there's a man that was hungrier for a win, it's got to be him. All the pressure, all the momentum he's had throughout the season. I think it's like 2 or 3 races in his mind. He should have won at least that. It could have been a lot better off, but the GainZFitness.inc 27 has never looked any better than he did this season. Just could never put everything into the final laps and finish it out. So we'll see if he can bring some of that momentum to next season, but this was definitely a hard one for him to go through, I bet. Adia John says, get it, Walibab. Walibab right now, again, is in the championship hunt. That number 99, out this season, consistency, purity, and hard racing has been the name of his game, but unfortunately for him, he fell victim to the late rally and late rushes and troublesome spots that comes with the tough parts of the season. And now, he finds himself trailing by 1 point behind Jeff Radke. Now, he doesn't have to worry about Radke right now, But he does have to worry about Robert Warrens, who's up ahead of him. And Warrens is 1 point back from him. If he does not get ahead of Warrens, Bab can possibly lose this championship outright. He needs to get ahead of him, and then he needs Radke to stay right back in that back if he wants any chance to become the season champion.
Well, it's gonna be difficult either way. With all these drivers, some of these drivers fighting for something. A lot of these drivers just are driving just to log laps at this point. Gonna be pretty interesting as we do have the lights off on the pace car. Getting ready to go back green.
Back green, set him off down the turn, off turn number 4 here. Bollinger, take it away, buddy.
Pace car is entering pit lane as we're getting ready to go back racing as we are into the pedal to the metal restart zone. We are back underway here at Michigan. Now for Robert Warrens, now that we're back under green, these drivers that were involved in stuff are going to have a little bit of fresher tires, but are going to be starting in the back, so it's going to be kind of fun to see what these drivers can do.
7 laps remain here off the restart.
I'm going to say, as got a little bit of contact on the wall in the back straight, but was still green.
Looked like that was Matthew Hofford or Wally Babb there that got a little bit off-centered there. Either way, both drivers seemingly A-OK. But again, that turn 2 exit is going to be what gives most of these drivers trouble, I'll tell you that. But right now, the battle for the race lead is on, and the battle for the championship that much more. Anderson and Warrens side by side with one another as Wybab tries to get through the field and try to rustle up. But everyone else right now as well, right in that mix.
Right now we have Chantel Pottle in the number 5 trying to get past the 15 in the 84 car, working with them, trying to get past them. As it looks like she is not going to be able to get past him now, but she is ever so slightly trying.
Bobby Anderson, last season's champion, having a heartbreaker this season. I don't think he had once race where he had not found himself into some kind of situation or some kind of problem. And to be only to pop away with 1 win just like last season, in his mind, it's probably the biggest disappointment for him and his team. But there's one thing we do know about him, is that he will for sure be always one of the tougher drivers to beat, and he'll be always coming back for more on this show.
And we do have Wally Babb right now trying to get past the 90 and the 7 of Victory and the number 90 truck as well of Dennis Warren. Work on catching up to Robert Warren's ever so slightly.
3 wide off that front half there. Warrens right now on the bottom, Vickery on the top. Wybab shoots the middle, shoots the gap. Now a few more positions to go. Sean Long in the 98 currently feeling pressure from the throttle. Chantel Pottle, a former season champion in her own right. She's got about 3 of them to her name. 2 in the Super Late, 1 in the Push Sealants Racing League, and 2 in the Super Late Model Division. She's a tough cat, and she's not going to be an easy act to follow, but right now she's already dealing the pressure the boys are dealing at her. There's a 3 wide back off through turn number 3 and turn number 4. Trying to clear the gap. Shane Ledoux in the 12, the 84 Hofford, and the 15 Jordan Darnell working their way through as we're back into the lead. A better shot in the dark for Bobby Anderson over Robert Warrens.
It looks like we do have Radke driving like he is not very happy right now. Driving like someone that's ticked off and working his way up to the lead.
Oh, right on the wall there. Gory Reed yet again. Driver's trying to evade it. This time they do. Radke immediately jumping the inside there, and he got away from that time, but that could have been bad.
Radke knows what is on the line, and he's driving like he wants to win this championship after having those 2 incidents at the beginning of this race. He's going to be a fun one to watch, more than likely the rest of this race, probably.
2 more laps remain here, or at least 1 more lap left to go before we're going to get that competition cautioned out at Anderson and Warrens right now. This right here is not a battle for the lead. This is a battle for the top area, the best spot to come out of pit road at. That could seal the deal and help Robert get a fair chance and a big opportunity to strike it while the iron is hot for the season title, but he knows Wally Babb is coming up And if he can get up there, this could get interesting.
As you have Wrapz up to 4th. And caution is out.
Competition caution is out now on the track, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Warrens will race it out there to the spot. Bobby Anderson is going to have his hands full. Corey Stahl, though, great showing there in the 66, but Wally Babb was the other story going in, making some serious runs and some big moves up. Jeff Oakes also making a little bit of a comeback as he gets it into the 14th spot now in the 20. So despite having to serve that EOL, seems to be holding out okay. Race fans, when we come back, we're going to bring you this one from the get-go to the very end. Somebody is walking away with the championship, but who will it be? Find out when we come back live on P10 Racing TV. Tonight's race has been brought to you in part by our friends at Six Sigma Sim Racing. Six Sigma is your #1 Mosin Sim Magic dealer in North America, while also the manufacturer of best value high-end sim racing chassis in the market. By the ButtKicker, best sim performers for feeling real tracks on the virtual world. The ButtKicker, feel what you've been missing. By the Pit Stall Racing Series, the place for all your high-octane racing needs on Thursday nights. Be sure to tune on in with us for all your sim racing needs. By Ford Entertainment Group PC.net, matching with your wallet. FEG-PC.net will always work with your needs to build the best PC at the right price. By GainZFitness.inc. And by Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wrapz will bring out the best designs in your livery.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
For a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they start their sim racing journey, while I start trying low for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at FEG-PC.net.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, live here from Brooklyn, Michigan and Michigan National Speedway. We are here with the Six Sigma Sim Racing 80 and the Pedal to the Metal Racing League Season 9 Championship race. 3 drivers entered in this fray here today. Here, Michael and Robert Warrens, Wally Babb, and Jeff Radke having some very wild little stories here. Radke, the points there going in, a massive hit and a destroyed truck already. 1 inch repair gone, while the other 2 still having theirs, but this could get interesting here on this final half of the race.
Yes, it will. Especially since the only other time they're going to be under caution is if there's a racing incident instead of another stage break. As pace cars in the pit lane, it's Anderson, Kahn, Ledoux, Warrens getting ready to battle it out. As we're in the pedal to metal restart zone, we're back underway in Michigan. As we go back to the gear. As we have Robert Warrens trying to push 21 of Robert Kahn so he can try to pull away from Bab a little bit. And it looks like it might be working as they do slowly try to maybe pull away. Start pulling away. They do start pulling away.
Pull away, if you will. 3 wide down through turn 3, though, and it's Jeff Oakes right now currently trying to shoot that gap out. 3 wide off 3 and 4. That's Ledoux, Dennis Warren, and Jordan Darnell also in that pack there. Every driver for themselves trying to just make it through. Again, it's a wide open range track, but again, it's a very tough one. Considering it's 550 horsepower package, can send a few drivers away and around town. And there goes another set of them. A big wreck coming through turn 1 and 2.
Caution is back out.
Shane Ledoux looked like he might have clipped it right in there with the 5 Chantel Pottle, and Pottle will know where to go. None of the championship drivers getting into that, thankfully, but my word, another violent wreck here, and that's something we've been used to seeing all season round, and yet again, it continues to get crazier and crazier here. This is not looking like the race season we have been having all season. Here's a look at the P10 Racing replay. Well, from my vantage point, it looked like Ledoux just came around and he drove right up, and I don't know how else I can say it, honestly. We'll take one more look at it.
From what I'm seeing, it looks like Ledoux started sliding up, and she tried to correct it by ever so, but Chantel did get in close to him as he did try sliding again, which took people. Which what started this whole mess. So this is going to be a tough one for these race officials, but they gotta do what they gotta do.
Ledoux will get that EOL for that one. That one will not fly by with these drivers, unfortunately. And again, the officials having to be very on point with this race, so they know what they gotta do.
Well, yeah, we'll fire them off yet again here in a few laps. I gotta say, this has been a pretty interesting season finale so far. Any thoughts on it? Any thoughts so far from what you've been?
I mean, right now, currently, just making sure I'm just kind of over with some stuff on the officials and everything. And yeah, so far, I mean, it's been just a wild, wild little season. And this race itself, there's been some moments in there that I just don't understand where these drivers are kind of getting their mindsets to, and they're just getting too overly aggressive. I know a lot of fans, a lot of people usually watch the NASCAR days and stuff and the truck races and for the Xfinity Cup, but it's like, I mean, you look back at what we've seen most of the season, most of these drivers were pretty clear, pretty interested in staying controlled and understanding of their racing, and now it seems to almost they've just completely tried to throw the rule book out of here and then try to run their way into the gaps and into positions. But man, it's been pretty chaotic here, to say the least. I'll say that.
Yeah, it has. And you would also need to take into account, too, a lot of these drivers are just battling for position right now, with this being the last race of the season, and these non-championship drivers are wanting to finish out in the top 5 too. So lots on the line tonight. As it looks like Wally Babb, he's going to be in 4th for this restart.
Robert Warren's in 2nd right now, and he is currently right where he needs to be. Babb needs one more spot to initiate a draw. Radke back in 7th, though. He is coming through the field, and he's coming up quick. This, my friends, is getting more and more interesting by the minute.
Then with Jeffrey Oakes, who's in 10th. He's starting to catch up, too. Who knows? This race might be coming down to the last pit stop, just like it did in 2021.
For those at home that don't know what happened in 2021, Kyle Larson had a last-minute resurgence and ended up finally catching a huge break from his pit crew and ended up being able to run that car into the ground and take home the championship, much deserved for the season he had. Had he lost it, though, I mean, there would have been a lot of an uproar considering what happened to Harvick in 2020. And the fact that this is Harvick's retirement year is crazy to even believe itself, but that is kind of how things play out, and that's how this season kind of rides itself into the distance.
Well, either way, this has still been a fun season. I bet these drivers had fun. It's going to be it's going to be a slow 2 weeks. But we are still remaining under yellow right now. Like, we might be having either the catching the pace car or Khan just wants to drive really slow around the track.
Green flag back on out for the Six Sigma restart zone. We're back underway here at the Six Sigma Sim Racing 80, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry about that, guys. For some reason, something was messed up on my end. Right now we are 3 wide for second.
3 wide, not just for second, 3 wide for a championship. Warrens, Babb, now in pursuit. Khan looking to play a little spoiler at both of them, trying to finish what he calls an absolutely dismal season with a huge run and a final leg to it all. Radke, though, this is what we came to see. Is the 3 competitors going at it. Warrens, Babb, and Radke, the 3 championship favorites. Now with the run, and they are in a draft for the pack. They know what they have to do, and they're trying to hope to work with one another in this one.
But I don't think they're going to be any friends out there to help those guys at all. They're going to want to win this. They're going to have to win this on their own. They're not going to have any friends out there.
If I'm literally driving for a championship, my first thought is I don't care who's in front of me. All I care about is how to get around you, and that's exactly what we're seeing now. Babb, the inside, he's going to get around the 95 of Robert, and Robert now trying to hold on. While Khan, the other Robert, stays right up on the top. The Rattlesnake currently separates the championship from both men as we're nearing halfway done with this race.
And we also have Jeffrey Oaks driving up to join the party now too, but he's running in 8th right now, while the other guys are running in the top 4. So we got a lot of ground to make up.
He's got to have a lot of ground to make up. He needs a lot of ground to be pushed back on everybody else too, and if he wants any chance, it's going to be extremely difficult though, just to even get that, considering the fact the points are so minimal and the points are so limited. There's not a whole lot you can get out of it, and not a whole lot you can really get from it. Dal McKinney has exited the race. He is done in this day today, unfortunately, so a tough break there for him, but nevertheless, the show must go on as we continue to rally him out.
As now these championship drivers are trying to go 2 wide, even 3 wide, trying to create a draft to try to get past one another, but Robert Kahn still holding them off. Trying to say, no, you guys want to win this race? You guys got to win this race behind me. So he looks like he's trying to tell them.
Radke right now currently trying to get ahead of Robert Warrens. If he's ahead of Warrens and behind Babb, he will claim the title for the amount of wins and the amount of points. They'll tie. He has 3 wins though. Babb would only have 2. Babb needs a huge break, and he needs to get an extra point. The only way to do it is to pass the one in front of him, and the 21. Freightliner on the outside. Gonna force straight level Midnight Motorsports of 99 up the inside. The ButtKicker now starting to get some good use out of it. Babb looking for the all-elusive championship.
Babb is trying to, but he did not make the pass yet. He's trying. He's so close, you can smell it almost, I feel like.
Well, one problem too, though, here, Michael, is the more he tries to run that line, the harder it becomes on his truck, and the tougher it becomes to kind of run around. There's Radke, 3 wide down the inside, trying to get around Sean Long there, mixing him up a little.
And now they're still trying to go 3 wide. As Racky is getting behind Wars.
Oh, there is no room to breathe down there. You've got nothing left to miss. You've got to try to drive it in.
This one pack is fun to watch, don't you think?
Well, I mean, if you couldn't hear it from the enthusiasm of my voice, I don't know what else you're going to get out of me. But right now, look at this kid completely still 3 wide off. Jeff Oakes trying to keep the bottom lane all to himself. Sean Long trying to hold it in the middle with the 66 Corey Stahl. Backing him up on the outside. Radke trying to get some speed going and make some runs for the top. Dennis Warren's in the 90. Holding on. Every driver for themselves as the field continues to push their legs in and fight for everything they've got.
I think the 90 should be helping the 95 get up there. Make an agreement. You help me get up there, I'll split the cash.
There are no friends and there are no teammates in this. You race your race, and they know that. They've got to be careful about this. Right now, though, they are looking to try to get the better out of positions. Dennis coming away with no wins this season. Probably wouldn't mind having one left on this one. That's Jeff Oakes and Hunter Hansen off of turn 2. A little bit of a clip up there, and Hansen and Oakes trapped in between. They'll save it on the backstretch, but the field's still hot on the trail, trying to see the speed and try to hold the line.
Now that's a tough break for Oakes. He was catching up with the leaders ever so slightly, but then he had that trouble to set him way back. Now he's got to get back into gear and catch up yet again.
Opportunities are running high and momentum very critical, crucial moments. Again, this try is kind of like a play track at first, but then when you realize you're not driving full speed around the entire track, you've got to save your right side tire up, that right front especially. And then the hardest part, in my opinion, is then trying to figure out how to use the draft from every driver in every angle. If you're in the race lead, you can hold that line down. You can pretty much block off everywhere you need to go, and Babs certainly well aware of that too. As Warrens gets ahead of him.
And now we got Warren just trying to play block. Trying to play blocker to try to keep Bab behind him.
I don't even think it's trying to keep Bab behind him. I think it's just trying to keep that dirty airflow in front of him. What that does is, Michael, is it's going to accentuate the truck to actually have less speed and grip to use into the straightaways. And without that draft, without that momentum, it actually forces, it's almost like an anchor, if you will. It forces the truck to actually slow down a bit just to make a proper turn or a proper corner, and you don't have as much momentum to carry through because the RPM's up, not up to full speed. The clean air isn't reverberating back through the motor and the truck and suspension. That's one of the biggest issues you face when you're trying to run these kind of races in this kind of situation.
Well, right now he's still got Robert Kahn, the rattlesnake, leading this, trying to hold off these champion drivers, trying to keep them in dirty air where they want to make a pass. These championship drivers should try to get grouped up together and try to get past, and then they need to work by themselves.
Whoa. Corey Stahl and old Jason Henry down there having a little tango there, and it looked like a little bit of trouble there for both, as looks like Henry once again loose off of turn number 4, the 3, trying to save and trying to keep himself out of trouble. The rest of the field marching their way back in. Jeff Radke, almost like a man on a mission, a desperate man, as he's trying to just keep everybody back in spot. But the thing is, where he's at right now, he doesn't need to go any further. If he holds this line, he will take the championship home. He just needs to keep Robert Warrens right where he's at and keep Dennis away from getting too far ahead of him.
Or, if he wanted to, go for the lead and win the championship in the lead. So that's how most of these championships are won, by leading the race.
Maybe so there, Michael, but again, if you're trying to then put a fight up on the rattlesnake Robert Kahn, you got to remember Kahn is a wizard at Michigan. He strikes harder and he strikes faster than most could even figure out how to catch him on this track. That's why many of them that dare trying to come up to him right now, they're having so much problems just trying to pass him and get a good run off on it. It's so difficult to find and tempo the momentum.
Well, if I was the championship drivers, I would try to go low in the straights and draft past him when you guys work together that way.
Maybe a good idea in hindsight, but again, you try to think about this for a second, Khan is driving the line that everybody needs to run and they need to get into. So with the way Khan does it, it's the same thing I've always made in the old reference to Kansas Speedway back when Kevin, I believe it was like 2020, when Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano, and William Byron all had a stake in that race. Leah Chantal Paul gets the wall off turn number 2. They able to save it. They all got trapped behind Dirty Air. But with Logano leading where he was at, he was able to just keep everybody behind, despite the fact they may have had better cars. They were able to decrease their momentum and throw them completely off the radar. And pit stops now are going to be the bread and butter for these drivers. Let's see how it goes for them. That is going to be the set field right there. It'll be Radke, Babb, Warrens, and Khan all in pit road. Dennis Warren's going to stay on out.
And I think most of these, looks like all these championship drivers except Oaks went in.
Oaks has already been in pit road, it appears, and he looks like he went on lap number 45. Looks like he's going to try to hope for a bit of a break, hope for a bit of a shot in the dark. It is possible. There's not a whole lot of room to make mistakes, but there is a chance he could get it to work here.
As we have Dennis Warrens coming in now as well. The pit cycle has started.
It has indeed, my friend, and now off pit road, Radke, Babb, Khan, Warrens are your field coming out.
Here we have Chantel Pardo right now taking the lead. It's Vickery behind her, followed by Hopper and Ledoux.
They're going to have to get into pit road eventually here, and it looks like they're only getting so many laps out of the truck here and out of the equipment, which could make for a interesting dynamic and interesting dilemma as Jeffrey Vickery and Chantel Powell now both head to pit road. Matthew Hoffert, who's got a race win already this season, got it back down at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, will take his lead into position.
As Vickery almost spins out coming into pit lane, he got a little loose, but he saves it and he's not spin.
Alright, man, not spun it, but he does have some damage on the right side in that rear bumper that could be a factor for him a little later on. Robert Warrens, though, he's now starting to take control of this race in terms of where he was at, where he is spotted at. He's trying to maybe try to make control over Matthew Hoffert, but Robert Kahn still leading it out with now Radke and Dennis Warrens ahead of him.
And we have the 84 heading pit lane of Matthew Hopford.
Looks like my light timing, she had a little bit of a malfunction there. I was looking at one lap and it was giving me the wrong lap. So technically Radke is ahead of Kahn, and then Warren's just right up ahead of him. Rideout staying a little bit further out than Hopford is. So looks like Rideout wants to do only one more pit stop and call it a day. But Radke, where he's at, where he's positioned, this is exactly what he needs to win this title. Doesn't matter if Babb gets ahead of him now. He'll still have this championship locked up. Babb's got to get around Warrens and Kahn if he wants any chance.
As we do have Rideout hitting pit lane as well now.
So the last of the field did not go into pit road, now completed. And here comes your battle for that second spot, which could in turn go for the lead in a minute. Radke, Warrens, and Kahn all in this one.
These drivers are not going to be backing down either. We do have Radke right now running in 4th, followed by Babb in 6th. Oaks is in 17th.
You can't give up the position. You can't give up the run. Side by side. Oh, look out. Dennis Warrens there. Way too aggressive and almost taking both drivers out again. Radke couldn't afford it, but he managed to keep it ahead. And Kahn side by side still with him. An impressive move from both.
Indeed, indeed. I saw that happening too. Good job on Radke to keep himself out of trouble yet again today.
Why Babb now almost like a shark in the ocean, smells the blood, and now a fierce move coming off the 99. He's been consistent all season, but the one thing he's only been able to do is close out one race in victory lane. That was the very first at Talladega. He said to me earlier, I will not let a plate track be the only thing that I win this season out with. I want to take this win by the thread and by the hair, my chin, and I will take this one home to all my boys and everyone back home.
But to do that, he's going to have to get past Ratke to do that, but I don't think Ratke's going to let him. Ratke's more than likely going to try to play spoiler on him and keep that 99 Toyota Tundra in his rearview mirror.
Easier said than done again, though. They are trying to battle for so much more. Oh! Connor Ratke get into it down turn number 1! And Bab now jumps it right ahead! Bab's gonna get a huge run off and take full control!
I bet Ratke was just trying to hold onto his wheel and keep himself from spinning as well, because that would have cost him the race if that would have happened.
Robert Kahn's engine is completely destroyed, and his abysmal season, as he puts it, will have to once again come to a conclusive and deciphering end. Corey Reed, Dalton McKinney out. It looks like Kahn may be out as well. What on earth has happened to the 21 and the 51? We look at the replay. And it looked like just the slightest touch from Ratke at Kahn. And I don't know who got into who there first, but to me it looked like Ratke just slightly driven up right into the 21, and Kahn had nowhere to go. You see right here, there's the tap, and there's the clip. And then all of a sudden, Ratke's run completely thrown out of the wall, as Kahn's day might be all but done.
Now how does this stand for the championship standing now with Ratke falling down to 4th and Wally Babb falling to the lead?
It don't matter what Ratke does at this point. If he doesn't get back into 3rd at least, he doesn't get back into 2nd, he's going to give Babb this championship. He's got to get back to the 2nd spot and get ahead of Corey Stahl. Babb right now has got a momentous occasion. He's got a chance of a lifetime. He best be turning on, lose yourself, because he needs to stay in the moment. Because this is his chance. This is his opportunity. You want to make a name for yourself, you make sure you stay right where you're at and you don't let anything else happen. This is his opportunity.
Now we have Ratke trying to get past Jason Henry, but I don't think Jason Henry is going to let that happen, knowing how many wins Ratke has today. He's trying to, I think they're trying to keep Ratke in where they are at this point.
All I know is Jeff Ratke cannot believe this season, and they cannot believe what has gone down. He has the most wins, but just absolutely hard racing thrown into the mix there. And again, there's nothing you can do when you put two trucks together at these speeds, well over 185 to 190 miles per hour, being put on the speed and putting on the chart. There's just no way to control a truck that fast with that kind of a package.
Well, all you know is Ratke might want a caution, because you don't want to see might want to be seeing the caution flag about now.
He's going to need a hope for more than just a caution flag. He's going to need a hope for a pit. He's going to need a hope for a strong pit stop if he gets that chance, and if that is the case too, because that's the only thing that will save him, even if a caution does come out. We're going to now take a look at our pit strategy presented by Lightning Wrapz, and the stint length has been 22 laps to the distance. So right now, they all have to go into pit road at least one more time. What that means is if Wally Babb blinks first and Ratke stays out one more lap extra, he can go in and get the fuel and then hurry back out, and maybe, just maybe, he's got a chance. He's right now in a very tough situation. Babb, if I'm him right now, I'm thinking one thing. Run that fuel into the ground. Don't let me think about anything else. Just keep that fuel running as fast and hard as I can. And then when I get into pit road, only take as much as needed and get back out of the track before Ratke gets a chance. Because leading this race, you need to get every ounce and every inch of that fuel run, and you need every bit of that tire still underneath you to take this title home. Corey Stahl right now having troubles making the pass again, because the fact is the dirty airflow around that 99 and the tire wear that has affected them both is now going to force them to really either drive extremely aggressive or it's going to force their hand a bit. Other than that, it has been an absolute chaos and standing race for everything that's happened today.
Right now it's going to be interesting. If I was Ratke, I'd wait until he sees Babb going and then go in with Babb and make it a race off pit road for them.
So much on the line, so much at stake. And again, drivers right now separating themselves out. We haven't forgot about the rest of the field. The field is still coming into this field and still driving off for a top 5 position. But really, those that we mentioned earlier, Babb, Radke, Anderson, Oaks, those are really your top 5 guys. Hofford Dud had a chance to get into that top 5, try to claim a little points prize. But right now, anyway, he's struggling to get that down and get a chance at it, considering everything else that's happened to him in this field. This whole driver lineup has been put and shoved to a corner, and now they are all fighting each other for every ounce that they can get.
As you have Radke passing Jason Henry for third, and now Radke's in third place.
He's one spot away from getting into the position to win the title out. Again, if you're basing it off wins, Radke will get the title. I believe that's how they've always done it, and that's how they'll continue to do it. Is if they tie in points, the most wins takes the title. If they're tied most wins, then it was the best average finish, and I believe is how they'll end up finishing that out. But this right now, Babb doesn't care about that. All he cares about is just having Stahl behind him and keeping Radke farther behind him, and it looks like his gap is starting to increase just a slight bit. He's keeping his momentum up, and you can see as he shifts down the bottom, shifts all around the track, he's forcing Radke to have to maneuver with him or against him. And Corey Stahl, again, not going to let up either. He wants that final win of the season. He doesn't exactly just want to come home empty-handed. He didn't come all this way for nothing.
I don't think any of these drivers did. But if I was Babb or Radke and if I was Babb and I saw Radke in the pits, I would hit the pits too. But if I was Radke, I'd hit the pits if I saw Babb hitting the pits.
Well,
so they can hide it in pit lane.
Like I said earlier, I feel like Radke's biggest choice is going to be really when does Babb go in. And if I'm Babb, like I said, go the full distance. Put every ounce of fuel you can into that bad boy and hang on. And hope that Stahl stays just enough with you to keep Radke behind you the entire way.
Now what Babb does not want to see right now is a caution. Since now put Radke right behind him.
Even if he sees a caution, he just needs he's just going to need 4 tires and fuel, and that will be enough to then deal with the pressure that he's going to face. The biggest problem is what will everyone else do, and how crazy will it get off the ledge of the field here. Babb, he'll blink first. He goes to pit road first. Stahl will stay out. Radke right behind him.
Which means Radke needs to hit pit lane this lap if he's wanting to have a chance. Otherwise, his chances at winning the championship are gonna be slimmer and slimmer.
Whoa, Jason Henry having a little bit of a run off there. Got it right off that 51 of Radke. Remember what happened to Colin earlier and him when they got a little bit aggressive with one another. Hunter, Hammer, and Hansen also major damage on that. 13, but he's still right there with it. Radke is down low. You know where he's going. He's going for pit road here, Michael.
Which means we also have another guy hitting pit lane now too in the 66.
Of course.
This is gonna be a fun pit lane. This is gonna be a fun battle now.
Corey Stahl in pit road, Jeff Radke in pit road, Long and Darnell as well. They all head in there. Now,
all Radke has to do is get out and get back in before Babb catches up to him. Then he can still have a chance at winning this.
a good pit stop here by Corey Stahl and Radke entering into the pit stop area here. Will they be able to get it out in time? That's now their biggest question. Radke trying to go. Stahl's right there, but it's Radke coming down to pit road. Is he going to get up there first? It looks like it, he will.
And is that good? And Radke's probably really happy right now, considering that they was able to take the lead out on away from Riley Babb.
He may have
what? About 15 to go, right?
They'll have about 15 laps remaining indeed there, Michael. But the thing is, Babb now needs Stahl to help him out a little and get back ahead of Radke if he can. I don't know if Stahl's going to try to drive that aggressively, though, to get ahead of Radke. When these drivers talked about it earlier, they said they wanted the great leaders to battle it out themselves. They wouldn't want to try to interfere, but if I'm Stahl right now, I'm thinking maybe at this point, maybe it's just a little bit time to start making some moves and start making some runs if I want that win again. Chantel Bottle into pit road. Her pit stop now being made as Anderson comes out from his.
As we have Bab and Racky right behind each other, 7th and 8th.
Anderson now going to be a bit of a spoiler shot here. He is now in a very tough position. Jason Henry much the same. Bab needs to get ahead of some boys and he needs some help. He has a chance, but he needs some serious works around here. Jason Henry, though, kind of surprising me a bit here. He honestly has not gone in pit. He went in pit road on lap 60, and this is actually a very good spot for him. He's actually the race leader now. Anderson, Bab, Racky, Stahl, they're all separated out. Henry completely flipping the script on this one.
Well, looks like we're having Racky trying to draft up to Bab so Racky can make a slingshot move is what it looks like he's trying to do. So he can pass Bab and lock in his championship.
The title is on the line here. Bab right now trying to keep Racky behind him. Anderson. All these drivers, they may be friends off the track or they may have a little bit of fun with each other, but right now there is no fun in this one. It's all just battle it out for something as precious as the title. They know only one thing is for sure, and that nothing is for sure. And they're all lined up in a very formational spot. Racky trying to get it to Bab and just for sure claim the spot that he needs.
Now, if they finish 3 and 4, the championship would go to Racky still, or would it go to Bab at this point?
It would go to Racky because, again, Racky does have the most wins out of the two. Bab only has 1 win. Racky has 3. And if we went off average finish too, Racky, technically speaking, would have enough.
Right now, it looks like we have Racky trying to pass ever so slightly. And it looks like he's trying to make his move in the backstretch. Let's see if he has enough speed and power to do it in his little TRD Tundra.
Threat level Midnight Motorsports 51 the Tundra trying to move its chains ahead of the 99, but the Extreme Sim Racing machine won't give up. Anderson got slightly clipped there right off the bottom. Now they're 3 deep in it. Anderson right there. Racky trying to get up. Stahl going for the outside. Henry right now leads them down with a huge field trying to find it. There is absolute mayhem and excitement coming through the field. The fans have rocketed to their feet watching this one go down.
As we're getting close to 10 to go. This is getting interesting.
10 laps.
Fans are on their feet.
10 laps left to go indeed. Jason Henry watching on as he's got a hungry set of drivers looking to finally make their move and make their mark. Bab, if it's time to make your move, it's time to make your shot. Racky gonna try to slingshot him off, but he's gonna try to cut Henry down. He's looking for Henry to come back down with him. He's not gonna get up there. Oh, he did get him right there. Racky got blocked off. Now has to get to the inside. Trying to hold it down there. Henry trying to trap quickly on the 99, but they're side by side back and forth for this.
As fans are getting on their feet, fans are getting excited too. Bab fans and Racky fans are also getting excited to see who's going to win this thing.
They are all deadlocked in a heated confrontation for this one. How much tire is left on the 3? How much tire is left on the 51? How much is left in the 66? What any of these drivers have enough just to hold on? Bab needs help, and he needs something from either Henry or Stahl. Right now, though, Khan in front of him, blocking the gap off a little bit as they come from lap traffic.
That was not what Bab wanted to see either. As it looks like right now, Racky and Henry are battling it out for second. It looks like Racky might be taking it.
Racky's gonna get him. Racky finally got ahead of Henry. Stahl trying to come back to the inside. He's right there with it. So close yet so far. What will Stahl do? He's trying to get to the bottom. He's trying to get a run off of Racky, but he just can't get him. Racky, though, now looking to play tiebreaker. He wants to win.
And Rocky's trying to make his move on the back straight. Let's see if he gets it.
Side by side down through turn number 3 to turn number 4. Jeff Radke, the most wins, now looking for 4 to the closer of turn 4. He's put Wab up there. Bab trying to come back underneath. He's going to put him right back behind. He needs a chance. He needs help.
And Rocky taking the lead, hoping to hold it as we have 6 to go.
7 to go right now currently with 6 the next time on a round stall right now playing devil's advocate. He's working with 2 drivers while trying to work for himself. He's trying to figure out what is his opportunity, what is his chance. Bobby Anderson also laying in there too. So much at stake, so much on the line. Drama unfolding throughout this race. Radke getting into a wreck earlier on, having to take the in-stirrup air, to then having to get himself thrown in the back for taking out Dalton McKinney, to now having to jump to the front and battle for this one. Wally Babb starting from the outhouse, traveling the White House, then fighting everybody else, going through an obstacle course. Now to this moment, his chances are high. The moment is there, but somebody is going to have to finish this one out on top.
It's going to be close indeed. And why don't we maybe go right around with Wally Babb for a lap so we can see what he's trying to do.
Wally Babb right now currently just in his own position, currently just in his own little world. Final 5 laps on your screen, top 5 on the top. You can see the draft is there for Babb, but again, he doesn't want to use the bumper yet. He doesn't want to make his move yet. He's being patient. He's being very conservative, but that may have been a mistake. He got it really wide off turn number 2. Manages to tighten her back up. Stahl and Anderson maybe kind of increasing the airflow around that truck and forcing him to have to make some drastic moves. Radke still hanging on. One more shot in the dark could go the other way here.
Indeed, indeed. If you're a Rocky fan right now, you're probably on the edge of your seat, hoping he's going to hold out and keep Babb behind him. But as a Babb fan, you want Babb to make a pass and try to get this win. But if Babb wins, it really wouldn't matter.
It only matters if Rocky's behind him by another position. He can't have him in second or can't have him right behind him at all. He needs him literally in third or worse to have any chance. With such a high season high regards, a late collapse in the points battle so quick and so close. Most wins ends up coming back to haunt this season, haunt these drivers outright. 4 now turns to 3 to go here, Michael.
Indeed, indeed. And you can go and call the last few laps since this thing's getting so interesting.
Anderson right now on the outside of the 66 of Corey Stahl, looking for a little momentum, looking for a little extra push. Currently looking just for one last leg up to get himself secured in the top 5 points. Wally Babb's season championship hopes are starting to slip, and Corey Stahl and Anderson forcing everybody's hand, forcing themselves to their limit. He needs some help, and he needs to figure it out. He may have only had a chance there when we saw him closing the gap off that trap from the turn 1 before it got too wide and tightened up on him. Maybe not, though. Got a big draft coming up out from the front straightaway. Gap is there. Babb trying to hold on. Radke. Oh, my. These boys ain't sweating in those gloves right now and sweating in those suits. I don't know how they even have a heart rate. They are literally deadlocked in. One more time around, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming up to our final lap. Babb, Radke, one of these drivers will take it home, but the championship will be determined otherwise. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your Six Sigma Sim Racing final lap. Lap traffic in front. Khan on the top. Doesn't want anything to do with them. He lets them race it. Radke through 2. Can he keep it tight? He keeps it smooth. Babb a little bit tight off the exit. Can't quite get it around. Anderson gets taken by Stahl out. And Anderson is gone from the wire. Why Babb? One last desperation move. One last attempt. Down to the bottom. Trying to cut it off. get to the 51? No, he will not. The championship belongs to Jeff Radke.
What a race, what a season. Congratulations to Radke.
A season full of highs and lows and some chaos in between. Radke had to drive a mile plus from the back of the outhouse and then had to run it about 10 more extra miles just to even get anywhere near to the front to then the final leg of this race to push, to grab, to push comes to shove, to drive everything to its limits. Robert Warrens gave it his heart, gave it his soul early, too early maybe. Wally Babb, being as consistent as he was all season, that late race season collapse cost him. Jeff Radke, though, with a flourish of absolute hard runs and tough moves, 4 wins to close the title out, the most of the season and the most consistent and best average finish. The championship belongs to him on this day.
All I gotta say is this has been a great race. I bet Radke's heart rate is through the roof right now after he had to battle through this, starting in the back, having to deal with trouble early in the race, and everything that he had to go through in this race to come back and finish on top.
To finish it out here, race fans, your Pit Stall Racing Series final results popping up. Jeff Radke, absolutely deserving of this championship and also deserving of all the Madison excitement he got thrown his way. Wally Babb will take home second, a heartbreaker for him, but nevertheless a championship fitting for his end's sake. He'll take home second in points. Dennis Warrens, what a season he's had, just unfortunately unable to come away with a win out this entire season. Corey Stahl with a win a couple weeks ago, closing a strong season out here in 4th. Robert Warrens coming out of this one second as well and able to take this one home for 5th. Sean Long, what a grace for him here. Came away 6 out of starting from the pole. Chantel Pato yet again another night of consistency and comes away 7th. Matthew Hoffert, what a season for him. He'll come away 8th. Jordan Darnell, not the best season overall, but he did have some speed and power late into the run and managed to bring it home today finally for a top 10. And Jeffrey Vickery, another top 10 for him, rounding out a chaotic, crazy season for him and his sake as well. What a show, what a time for all these drivers to be alive. This was something to watch. When we come back, we will listen to all 3 drivers. Do not go anywhere. We need to hear a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back after this message. Tonight's race has been brought to you in part by our friends at Six Sigma Sim Racing. Six Sigma is your number one Mosin sim magic dealer in North America, while also the manufacturer of the best value high-end sim racing chassis in the market. It's last race of the season. I got to play all of them just to make sure. By the ButtKicker, best sim performance for feeling real tracks on the virtual world. The ButtKicker, feel what you've been missing. By the Pit Stall Racing Series, the place for all your high-octane racing needs on Thursday nights. Be sure to tune in with us for all your sim racing needs. By Ford Entertainment Group PC.net, matching your wallet. FEG-PC.net will always work with your needs to build the best PC at the right price. By GainZFitness.inc. That's fine, I can do them all if you want, bud. And by Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wrapz will bring out the best designs in your livery. Alright.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz. Get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they start their sim racing journey, while I start trying low for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at FEG-PC.net.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning on in and welcome back here on the show. Once more as we finish this night out here at Michigan International Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, your finisher is now on the call here, and today, Dennis Warrens brings it home for a podium today here, sir. Dennis, congratulations, taking home third, and my, sir, to end this season out and just bring it all down to the line. I mean, how does it feel to get one last third place in to end this season?
It'd be better to be up front leading this thing, but third place is good. I'll take it.
Take it indeed. Well, nevertheless, as you finish it out here, is anybody you want to thank before you run off with us?
Big shout out to the league, man. It was a fun season. Congrats to the champ. I believe it's Radke. He did an awesome job. It was a good race tonight, and I feel bad for my brother there. He had some pit stop issues. He ran out of talent in the pits, so he wasn't able to be up there. But thanks for everything, guys, and give me a shout for some D-Dub button boxes.
I will certainly agree with that one because I've got one on my rig. But nevertheless, Dennis, congratulations, man, and well-deserved to bring it home today.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
You too, buddy. Dennis Warrens, ladies and gentlemen, your third-place finisher. Second today, a heartbreaker in second, but nevertheless, he'll bring it to the distance into the end. Wally Babb in the 99 going second today here. Babb, second in the race, second in the points. I know this one is a little bittersweet, but brother, you had an absolute wonderful season throughout.
Yes, it was a good season. I really wanted that championship, but that was some good racing. I'll settle for it. Because I seen they both kind of got into something, and I was like, man, I don't want to race them like this. Hopefully one of them can pull through, And they did. They really wanted it.
They really wanted to bring it to the line, and all three of you guys that were after that championship hunt, at one point drafting along and then taking it to the end. I mean, at that point, did you feel like that both of you guys were literally just in this final race, like at the heart and soul of yourselves to take home for one last leg, you think?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we all really wanted it, but, I like to drive clean. I wanted to try a couple of things, but you know how that goes when you do that. And that track is it can be tough to pass. You just got to hit your marks right on.
You certainly do indeed, but nevertheless, though, I know this one's a little bittersweet to say, but Bab, you're going to come away second today and second in the points. So, with that being said and done, my friend, who do you want to thank you for everything today?
I want to thank y'all, PTM Racing League, Pit Stall, ButtKicker, FEG, all the sponsors in the league. threat level. Them guys are a good group of guys to run with. My wife and Anita, my aunt, she watches about every race, I think. So I want to thank her. And I believe that's all.
Bab, what a season. What a performance, man. Well earned and deserved. We certainly hope you'll join us again. Congratulations.
Hey, Chris, I'll be back.
He'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. The Bab is not gone yet. Bab, thank you so much for your time out there.
Thanks, sir.
Well, Bab will return, it sounds, and we can't wait for him. But one driver, I guarantee you, who's been waiting so long for this. He brings home 4 wins to close out the season. The hard charger, the man himself, Jeff Radke. You, my friend, are a Season 9 champion, and you bring home the victory. This couldn't have gone any sweeter for you, sir.
It was definitely not the smoothest race, by all means. Definitely had my trials and tribulations to make it back up to the front, but I just knew there was a lot of laps left and worked hard. It was fun battling Wally there at the end.
Hard to battle indeed there. Sorry, I was just real quick here, Michael. You literally got a few times into some drivers. You then got yourself trapped into a few spots there. You unfortunately get into the situation with McKinney, then having to drive your way back to the front. I mean, how hard was that even to do, much less even to have to battle with Bab in that case there just to get around for the championship?
That was tough, especially I figured once we got through a couple pit cycles and differing tire strategies, I'd be able to work my way back up through there, and you just kind of pick them off one by one, let the laps fold out, and run my strategy, and hope that pays off at the end, which it did.
Okay, so I was gonna ask him the same thing, but after you noticed you were having all that trouble and you started realizing you were driving through the field, what was your thoughts as you were starting to catch up on the leaders?
Just take it easy. I'd already burned through my fast repair, so I wanted to make sure I could leave the truck clean. Got a little issue there with Con down on the front stretch. He slowed up pretty good. I got a nice run into one, and I looked at the replay. It kind of looked like he turned down. We came together. He got loose, but luckily it didn't cause too much damage, and we were still able to be aero efficient and hold on to the lead.
Hold on to the lead indeed, and hold on for what could best be described as one of the craziest moments and situations in all of racing. You, my friend, though, have done the unthinkable. You've gotten 4 wins this season, and you're bringing home the ever-elusive season title. Who do you want to thank here for all of this?
My wife, first and foremost. She lets me do it every week. My son for staying asleep. That way I don't miss any races. The guys over at TLM for my support. They're fun to have in my ear every week. You guys for broadcasting and putting the league on so that I have something to do on Sunday nights.
For sure there, Jeff. It's been a long, long road, and you'll certainly be probably thinking about this one as much as we'll be thinking about this race for quite a while. Congratulations becoming the Season 9 champion.
Thanks, guys. It was fun. I had a blast.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, your Season 9 champion, Jeff Radke. This is it, Michael. The last race for a while, but my word, was it something.
Yes, it was. I just wish the season didn't have to end already. But it's just like any other race season of a sport you like. When the season starts, it goes by so fast. But anyway, congratulations to our champion, Jeffrey Radke. Thank you to all of our sponsors that we have on the league for making it possible. Thanks for letting me be a part of the booth.
We certainly appreciate you coming on by here, Michael. Certainly will be welcoming you back in next season. We can't wait to hear from you. A big thank you again indeed to Six Sigma Sim Racing, the ButtKicker Company, the Pit Stall Racing Series, Ford Entertainment Group, CustomPC.com, GainZFitness Incorporated, and Lightning Wrapz for everything. And to you fans out there, without you, none of this is possible, and we wouldn't be here in business. So, from all of us here on PT Race TV, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for everything. We love you guys. We appreciate you. This was indeed our wildest season ever, and Season 10 could just get even wilder. We don't even know. But for now, we've bid you farewell. Have a good night. God bless you all. We will see you next time when the green flag flies on PTM Racing TV.